People need to learn about sensory processing issues.
I agree. My cousin has autism, and he struggles. No one knows how to talk to him correctly. No one knows how to treat him correctly.
I do.
Tiny, he's not here. He lives in Arizona. Have you been to Arizona?
Yes, ma'am. I was through there last year on my way to California.
Hopefully not in the summer, right? It's hot.
Yes, ma'am. I went through there in November. I know quite a few people in Arizona. Just, I'm not always like this. Like when I'm in a positive environment, I do very well. But most of the environments that I thought were positive, I went to them and they're not. Or I shouldn't have said I thought were positive. I was just hoping because I had to.
Well, that's a good thing on your part, is that you're trying to see the positive, you're wishing for the positive, and though it might not always work out, though it might not be disappointing, that's a good character trait to have, is that you're willing to always look for the positive, even when the system has let you down, even when it continues to let you down. You need to keep that trait and know that people hope to have that trait, to be positive. Because sometimes our own negativity is what eats us alive. Now, I'll echo what Ram said. You have, every time I've seen you, yeah, it's like, I know you get a little frustrated and overwhelmed, but you've always been respectful towards me, and so I want to thank you for that. I am disappointed that we can't do more, that we can't give you the help that you so rightly deserve. But I do want to thank you for maintaining respect and continuing to be that person that, we enjoy talking to. We enjoy listening to your insight. And, you're the type of person that, because you're living through it, you have autism. You're teaching each and every one of us every day how we should be treating people. It's a good learning experience. You just coming in contact with us, it's helping us know that sometimes we're not always doing the things that we should be doing.
I'm loud, but I'm not violent.
No.
And a lot of people don't get that. They don't understand that I get loud because I'm scared.
Yeah, but you rightfully should.
I see people going through stuff that they scream at each other about daily, and I'm like, I don't get to raise my voice that loud. I don't get to set my foot down because I don't have a place of my own. I don't get to set the rules. I don't have any money, so I don't get to contribute, which means that I have to be subservient.
Sean, I'm embarrassed to give this to you for the simple fact that it already has in it no consultation available for traffic or criminal matters. So,
Well, I also have civil matters that need to be tended to.
okay, cool. At least that may help some then.
So there you go. That's the positive thing that you looked at again. Continue looking for the positive in everything that you do.
I try to make it positive. That's the thing, is that it's not looking at the positive side, it's looking at the possibility that it could be if somebody does something. Alone, we're all screwed. Every one of us. When we work together, we get something. I hear people complaining about immigrants all the time. Mexicans took our jobs. No, they didn't. They busted their ass as a family. When I lived in Colorado, I worked at the Cheesecake Factory. There was a guy there named Martin. He moved here with 6 of his relatives, and the first thing they did was get Grandpa a vehicle because he was the oldest. And Grandpa drove everybody around to all the places that they need to go. So they all had jobs, and Grandpa drove them all to work. And after 3 months, they were able to get Grandma a car. So then Grandpa used his truck, instead of driving everyone to work, he used his truck to start a gardening business. And then his wife used her car to start a cleaning business. So that's what they did. And after 3 months, they got themselves another vehicle for Martine's mom. And then after that, 3 months later, they got a vehicle for Martine's older sister. Martin is the second youngest in his family, and he was almost the last one to get a vehicle. But they worked together instead of doing what white people do, which is use the credit thing. You can buy this car, all you have to do is put this much down, and then you spend $237 a month on payments, and eventually for this $13,000 car, you spent $36,000 to pay it off, and it took you 4 years. Meanwhile, 7 Mexicans can get a car every 3 months because they all pool their money together.
What time's your appointment next week?
Wednesday at 11.
17th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna write down some YouTube channels, but some specific YouTube videos that I think will help. I don't know if you guys will have time because it is time consuming. But they're videos on autism, and if I can come in and give you that list, I'd like you guys to watch it.
Well, I assigned you somebody who has some experience with autism. I assigned you Monica on purpose because of that.
Yes, sir. I wish she'd have shown up last week. She was here, it just started snowing.
Yeah.
So I'm not hateful at her for not showing. I'm angry at the situation because I keep encountering situations like this where I'm still out there. I'm still subject to being harassed at any point in time by anybody who doesn't like the look of me, or doesn't like how I twitch, or doesn't like how I move. And I don't want to come in here and be disruptive. I don't want to disrupt anybody's lives. I want to be left alone. But in order to be left alone, I have to have an end to this.
All right, Sean, so you know when you're coming back next week. I wish you luck.
Yes, sir. Be safe.
You too. Take care of us, Sean. Once you get you home.
I used to save lives.
Yeah, you used to help the homeless.
And single moms. Mostly I didn't help out single moms to help them out, though. I helped them out to get their kids out of bad situations. Although those single moms seem to run into more and more bad situations.
Yeah, they kept finding bad men.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, see you next week.
Yes, sir. Be safe, Mr. Rom.
You too.
Is it okay if I walk you out?
Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Haley.
Haley. I'm terrible with names.
It's okay. Sometimes I forget my own name, so. I had siblings that all had H names, so my family called me Randy.
Right. Well, here's what I need to remember, because it's wrong.
I think my family just wanted to complicate things.
Yeah, we just. All right, y'all. There's those for you, and I'll
And then, I really do care about you, and I want you to feel better, and, I want to help in any way that we can, and so.
Well, in any way you're allowed.
Yeah, any way that we're allowed, but be safe out there, okay?
I'm doing my best.
Okay, well, it was nice to see you. Have a good rest of your day, and, have a good weekend, okay?
I'll pretend to.
Okay. Well, next time you come in, give me a list of those videos, because I'd like to watch, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Fucking panic attacks suck. And they're all over the same shit. Lack of resources. If I'd have had money for a lawyer, well, things would have been a lot different. The therapists who were supposed to help me, I have to subpoena them in order to get them to speak. Like Jeff Ritter. Nicole Peralta. my case managers. I was trying to get all that exchanged over to Colorado, hoping that the services in Colorado were better for people who are autistic, because they are. But it depends on the services. Western Nebraska don't have shit. I had Nicole Peralta, but there was also Tamara. And Tamara was my whole reason for sticking around there. That woman knew what was up. She understood it. She understood it from an inside perspective, not the perspective of somebody who's a douchebag or somebody who just assumes that their kid is wrong. You know why she quit her job? Because she met me. And after hearing my story, she realized that I was right and her son needed help. So she quit her job to be with her son and help him prepare for the world. Something that I didn't get. But I still try. I want my life to be over because of how I'm treated, because of my separation from my loved ones, because of my lack of finances and inability to care for myself. So I have to depend on people who are abusive or people who can't do anything. I'm tired of hearing the words, I can't. Officers already knew that I wouldn't have the money to defend myself. They preyed on that. There's a woman here who's frustrated as shit. She's frustrated at her living situation and her husband. She does all she can for her kids. He's disrespectful to her, so they're disrespectful to her. She just wants him to love her is all. But she needs him to love her for her, not for who he wants her to change into. Because as soon as she changes to who he wants to be, he'll decide that's not what he wants. No, Natalie, this ain't what you want.